When the championship is on the line, your team is waiting to take the floor just before the curtains open, every coach will bow their head and ask, is the tumbling going to be good enough? Will their stunts be strong enough? Did I teach them everything they needed to be successful? We will look through the curtain one last time, because for the first time we realize we can't do it for you. Our day started at 6 a.m. The energy was amazing. People were dancing and having fun. Kids were looking relaxed. It's really what a competition should feel like.
I think everybody was really excited and hungry to go in and put more of a fight up on day 2 and just be more confident to ourselves and put on a great performance.
We hit a 95, which was my goal. So 0 reductions, 95.
Oh, they don't shake.
Yay!
Day 2 in the warm room, I was expecting them to be very energized, very focused, but I actually ended up getting the complete opposite of that. Our elite stunt is one of our strongest pieces out of our routine, so I was, expecting that to hit. There were some issues. It was not as good as it usually is. You could just tell just by them hitting that first mat how nervous they were. They call them onto the mat and kind of yell at them to get in the right spots. Press play, everything is doing really well actually. Our elite stunt looked really good. Setting tumbling, there were a few issues there, but then we get to running tumbling. We actually had one of our center tumblers. She actually tripped herself going back to her spot. You could definitely tell leading into the next thing, which is our pyramid, that it affected the way that not only her, but also the stunt group performed. We get to the very first part, and that part just doesn't go. As a coach, I'm sitting here, we're counting, I'm getting everybody else to count, I'm getting the parents to be as loud as they can. We practice that if they ever fall, to make sure that we stay in a cradle, get ready for the next part, pop up, and then get up to that extension. That's exactly what they did. It made me super, super proud that they were able to take what we practiced and put that into an actual real life situation and be able to finish out the rest of the pyramid.
It was important that the Novas had a great Cheersport because we were hoping that they could either get a U.S. Finals bid or a bid to the summit. When we found out the Novas were in 3rd place after day 1, we were really excited.
At the end of day 1, anytime you can get within that top 3, maybe even top 5 at these bigger comps, that's a huge accomplishment.
Watching the Novas warm up, you could tell that they were really excited and wanted to do really well. The Novas have a tradition before they take the floor that they circle up and they jump up and down and they start chanting, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. As the Novas took the floor, you could tell that these ladies had something to prove. As they're going through the elite stunt sequence, you're starting to see the flyers perform like they've never performed before. And we knew that they were doing really well. As we get to the pyramid section, you could tell how much confidence the Novas are gaining. And to watch Jules perform this pyramid, it was like something she's never done before. And they hit that last structure and they came down. The whole crowd just erupted because we knew that they just hit 2 days at Cheersport. And we felt the fact that they did, that they were going to be in the top 3. I was one proud owner. We sat down with Vortex and we knew that if we were going to win, we had to do 3 things. And the first step was to make sure that we were a lot better in the warm-up room. So one of the things that I wanted to try to do was just to try to keep the kids relaxed. So during warm-ups, I just played around. Dakota was talking to kids, and we really made the warm-up room a lot less stressful, and that really seemed to help them. The second thing that we told the kids that we had to do was we had to fix the tumbling issues. The third thing is they had to hit. We always tell our teams, if you hit, you might win. If you don't, you won't. So as soon as the music started and their heads popped up and they hit those first couple motions, I could really tell that they wanted it. And then they came up to their stunt. And this is the part where every coach typically takes a deep breath and holds it, because if there's going to be a mistake on the floor, it's going to be during a stunt or a pyramid. As they come out and they dismount out of the stunt and they throw their basket toss, I just go crazy. I'm jumping up and down. I'm so excited and proud for them. And then as we get into the running tumbling section and I'm watching the sections, I'm really focusing on the last 3 passes, because that is where we lost 2 tenths in day 1. So as soon as I see them punch and do the front tucks together and hold, and then they all power hurled and did their round together, I just went blank. They came, the dance was looking amazing, the energy that we were feeling from the kids was incredible, and it brought tears to my eyes. I knew that they had just did their part and that we were going to win. After the whole routine's done, I'm in tears. I run backstage and I just scream as loud as I could, I love this team.
All of us were giving each other hugs, and we were all running off the mat. We were all just so excited. We had thought that we just did so well.
So I noticed we had one athlete seem to be really upset, and it was at that moment that a coach whispered in my ear that she ended up touching down. She did such an amazing job of playing it off that I didn't even notice, because normally when a kid touches down or they make a mistake, you can see it in their face. And there wasn't a moment where that really stuck out to me.
Well, I didn't want my team to be concerned of what I was doing, so just wanted to stay positive and make sure nobody felt like worried about what happened.
I really didn't believe the coach, and I had to go to the TV and watch the playback to see for myself.
We were watching everything that we had worked really hard on, and our timing and things like that, and seeing how much we had improved. Seeing our energy go from there, from so high to down low, it's hard.
At that point as a coach, you're thinking of the athlete who touched, because you know that she knows that she touched down, and that could cost them the jackets.
She seemed pretty upset, and I don't think yelling at her would have been a great thing to do, so we all just hugged her and said it was fine, it was okay.
And really, if we don't score a 99.75, then we all had something we could have all done better.
We didn't get a perfect 10, or we didn't just get the 0.25 deducted off of it, and we have to realize that there were other things. There were toes that weren't pointed, there were legs that were bent, there were stunts that wobbled.
This is the first time that we've had any type of battle-like circumstances to where we were behind. The first place team was ahead of us by 0.1, and their performance score was 0.2 higher. There's your separation right there.
Knowing that it was performance that was holding us back made us feel even better. It wasn't something that we couldn't change. We weren't good enough, basically. Yeah, we were just really nervous.
How was the energy day 2 in the warm-up room?
It was,
day 2 was higher because we were as nervous as we were day 1.
I mean, they came in, they had a really strong tumbling warm-up, really strong stunt warm-up. We had teams looking at us, which is what we're there for. I always tell my teams in the warm-up room is where you win. So we're there, and the other teams are looking at us. Even teams in different divisions are coming up, and they're, saying, man, you guys look awesome. I just tell them the same thing I always tell them is judges don't see the warm-up room. They see what you put out when it comes down to performance time. They came out with more energy, and that made me really happy, because that was one of the things we talked about. We got beat yesterday on energy levels.
I was just really in the moment, and I was just glad to be out there with my team. At that point, there's nothing you can do but trust your teammates, and I feel like we really, we did the best that we could do.
With the scores going up a little bit, it gives us a chance. If the other teams come out and their scores don't go up, then we could walk away with the win.
In 4th place, Hayden's All-Stars.
In 4th place, you don't hear your name, so now you're in the top 3. How are you feeling?
Nervous, because we knew that we were coming up. Yeah.
We weren't expecting 3rd.
We weren't expecting 3rd.
And in our 3.
So now your head's down.
Your third place.
And they say in third place is MGA Lady Order.
We just kind of looked up and we were like, what?
Who just beat us? Because we were kind of really confused.
We were like, huh?
Anything can happen, and that's what I've told the kids, and they know that. And they came out and they were a good team, and they deserve to get the win. Moving forward, just hitting 0 is not good enough. Because yes, you did that, but when everyone else hits 0 and potentially hits harder than you did, it's not going to be enough to get you over that hump, to get you the results that you want.
With 3 out of 4 teams placing in the top 3 so far, it's been a pretty good day. Now we just have to hope that the Electra can bring home the jackets.
And knowing that like the other team could just come and take your place, and like seeing them in the warm-up room got me the most nervous.
With the second place team right on our heels, we knew even the slightest mistake could cause the Electra to lose the jackets.
Second place. Your second place winner is...
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Becoming MGA Strong.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends so that we can keep growing this awesome sport of cheerleading.
Check that notification button so you can know when the next episode is uploaded.